Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and this time I'll be playing Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. Now, I've recently finished replaying Mass Effect 1, and it was okay. It was kind of a mixed bag. The side content of Mass Effect 1 really drags a lot, and certainly Mass Effect 2 is a great improvement in terms of how smooth the gameplay is, but I do have some problems with how the story develops. I will, however, talk about it as it happens. So let's import my character from Mass Effect 1. Actually, why is it level 55? That doesn't make sense. The levels double. It should be 56. It doesn't really matter that much because there's no difference. Basically, the bracket is 1 to 50, 50 to 59, and then 60. You only get more stuff if you were able to get to level 60, which I'm pretty sure is impossible in a single playthrough. We will be playing on Insanity, and let's continue. So, I am an infiltrator. I followed the path of the Paragon. Ernot Rex survived the mission on Vermeer. Ashley Williams was killed on Vermeer. The Council was saved by Commander Shepard during the attack on the Citadel, and Commander Shepard recommended Captain Anderson for the seat on the Council. Let's continue.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth. Geth. We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
1 month after the devastating Geth attack on the Citadel, the galactic community struggles to rebuild. The Alliance fleet made a tremendous sacrifice to save the Citadel Council and earned humanity's membership in the prestigious group. Now the Council is forced to respond to the evidence that the Reapers, enormous machines that eradicate all organic civilization every 50,000 years ago, do something. I, to be honest, wasn't able to read that quick enough.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
The Alliance won't abandon us. We just need to hold on. Get everyone onto the escape shuttle.
Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker.
Shepard,
Liara, go. Now.
aye aye. Everybody in! Go, go, go!
I have a lot to say about the opening of Mass Effect 2, but I will wait for the opportune moment.
We've suffered heavy damage from an unknown enemy.
I do, however,
Baby, hold together. Hold together.
really like this moment when you step out into the vacuum of space and, you know, there's no sound. You can just hear Shepard's breathing, and it's all exposed into space. I mean, that's actually quite an effective visual and sort of the overall feeling, because to be honest, at this point, the only thing, you know, there's no air, and the only thing that even is even holding you in place is the fact that you have, like, I don't know, magnetic boots or something that are affixed to the ground, because everything else, you know, is floating in zero G. So that is a pretty effective scene, I would say.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up. They're coming around for another attack. Watch the arm!
Mass Effect Genesis is an interactive comic that summarizes the events of Mass Effect 1. Would you like to review the story so far? No, I've just played through it, so I know exactly what happened.
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Wait, why not I have a beard? No, he looks pretty dumb, you know, cleanly shaved. I did like the stubble that I had originally, but what? If I choose custom, I have to redo it from scratch, which maybe I can copy the thing, like the code. How to do that? Like if I choose accept this, nope, it doesn't give me the code. I don't want to be, you know, cleanly shaved, that's for sure, but I would like to look roughly the same, because otherwise it's going to be pretty dumb. It kind of breaks continuity. I will actually... How to do that? Give me a second, I'll try to look up the code for the face that I had in Mass Effect 1. Because if I choose this... yeah, I can input my own code. Okay, so it turns out that the character creation is rather inconsistent between games, which actually annoys me quite a lot, because the color of your face and of your hair is inconsistent between games. I did actually technically have facial hair because I had the same color of hair and beard, but it's so faint that you can't really see that at all. So I think what I am going to do is I am going to go for black stubble, just because at least you can see it. And I dislike having, you know, a cleanly shaved Shepard. He seems weird to me. Like, he seems kind of baby-faced. Which, you know, is kind of weird of me to say, maybe, because as I already was wondering about in Mass Effect 1, I'm actually not quite sure what the military regulations for facial hair are. Can you just have a beard in the military without any specific cultural or religious reason? I'm not sure, but certainly, you know, in the past, I think that would have been a problem. So I am going to go with black stubble. However, the biggest blow to me is the fact that the scar has disappeared and there is no way to bring it back. It just doesn't exist as a feature of the character creation. So I am majorly disappointed in that, but I guess I'll have to live with it, because there's literally no way to bring it back. Confirm selection, yeah. I am going to be an infiltrator again, because it was pretty enjoyable. Infiltrators are equipped with cloaking systems that allow them to avoid detection for short periods of time, granting a tactical advantage over enemies. Infiltrators are tech and combat specialists with the unique ability to cloak themselves from visual and technological detection. Infiltrators are deadly at any range with a variety of weapons, equipment and powers that can take down any enemy. Yeah, so I'm John Shepard, a colonist war hero infiltrator. Let's go, I guess, although I'm not a fan of how the stubble looks in this game compared to the first game. It's barely visible, to be honest. I'm not a fan, but I'll have to suffer through it.
On the monitor, something's wrong.
He's reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of his surroundings. Oh my God, Miranda, I think he's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson, he's not ready yet. Give him the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range. That was too close. We almost lost him.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Wake up, Commander. Shepard, do you hear me? Get out of that bed now. This facility is under attack. Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack. There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry! Grab the pistol and armor from the locker.
Now, before I do that, first of all, I do have a couple of character points because due to taking my save from the previous game, I started level 4 instead of level 1. And yeah, I would like to talk about how stupid the beginning of Mass Effect 2 is. In fact, I have always found it to be pyramidally stupid, even at the release, when I first played the game, because it's insane to kill off the main character at the beginning of the game just to have them essentially resurrected within the intro still. Like, what's the point? If anything, it makes the dramatic sort of what's the word, stakes of the story a lot more questionable, because essentially what this game proves is that with enough resources and dedication, you can literally resurrect people. You know, Shepard has asphyxiated in space and then presumably at least partially burned on re-entry onto the planet, near which, like, although to be honest, I'm not sure if that happened. I don't remember if they recovered the body still from space, but it went through some troubles and tribulations before it was recovered, so it might actually be very well possible that it has partially burned. And he was dead for quite some time. So I just find it baffling to do that, because what is even the point? The only point I can see is entirely outside of the story itself, which is to basically provide a possible fresh start for the people who have not played Mass Effect 1, or if you want to change your appearance or your class. But that could have been done without resorting to killing him. You could have been like very heavily wounded and spent time reconvalescing, and then had like facial surgery that could allow you to change your appearance if you wanted. It wouldn't be as far-fetched as literally coming back from the grave. I dislike that, and I think it was unnecessary, all things considered. to tell this story. I am kind of baffled by this choice, but let's continue.
You don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon and armor.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from... Damn it, keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
Now, the thermal clips are another kind of stupid retcon, because it's essentially, ammo clips, just disguised under a different name. And obviously it makes no sense because...
Looks like they set up a barricade to try holding the mechs off.
Because in Mass Effect 1, weapons essentially had unlimited ammo. They were just on a cooldown if they overheated, which is... Which is a much more versatile system compared to... Because essentially what they are saying in this game is, this is not ammunition clips, those are thermal clips for cooling down the weapon, but it cools down on its own. In Mass Effect 1, you just need to monitor it and you stop for a bit and then shoot again. And within a certain time frame, you can essentially shoot, endlessly, which is much more versatile and much more, potentially much more devastating than having to manually change something that's akin to an ammo clip, even if it's called differently. So that's also kind of dumb. Once again, it's essentially 100% subservient to... It's 100% subservient to gameplay. They basically wanted to change the gameplay. They essentially wanted to shake the gameplay up, because obviously from a gameplay perspective, it's actually more tactical if you need to keep an eye on the ammo count, right? You don't want to be caught with your pants down without having ammunition in your clip. So I understand that as a gameplay decision, but it's rather stupid from an actual world building perspective.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long. More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade launcher up. Here come the mechs. Use the grenade launcher to take them out.
Oh, I guess I have to use it to proceed, because they won't step out.
They've seen
without it.
Take the elevator down one floor. Hurry! Get to the door! Run! You're doing fine, Shepard. Head to the next room and I'll try to meet you. Shepard, read me. I've got them closing in on my position.
Force casualty. Hostile forces have engaged.
Progress is slow, but subject shows signs of recovery. Major organs are again functional, and there are signs of rudimentary neurological activity. In an effort to accelerate the process, we've moved from simple organic reconstruction of the subject to biosynthetic fusion. Initial results show promise.
Log update. The cost of this project is astronomical. Over 4 billion credits so far. But nobody seems to care that we've gone over budget. I don't know where the boss gets all his money. Maybe it's better not to know. I just wish he'd kick a little more in my direction once in a while.
Yeah, so as it says here, it's a Cerberus data log. So apparently we have been brought back by Cerberus, which is certainly not good news because, as evidenced by Mass Effect 1, they are utterly ruthless madmen.
Log update. I can't figure Miranda out. As project director, she should be ecstatic at all the progress we've made. But she's still the same old Ice Queen. Maybe she's worried Shepard might become the new favorite. Or maybe she is just a pure cold-hearted bitch. Log update. I can't figure Miranda out. As project director, she should be ecstatic at all the progress we've made. But she's still the same old Ice Queen. Maybe she's worried Shepard might become a new favorite. Maybe she is just a pure cold-hearted bitch.
Shepard, what the hell? Gravity's one mean mother, huh? What are you doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time. Welcome back to your life.
I'm having some trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff. Just give the order and I'll hit him with a biotic power. That's it. Falling back. Okay. I promised I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion. But everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me? How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. The best technology money could buy.
What do you mean? Cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it? What they're after?
Damned if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant. But I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if we...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Log update. The Lazarus project is about to enter the final phase. It's taken nearly 2 years, but we did it. Commander Shepard is alive. This is the most amazing medical achievement in recorded history. Maybe now Miranda will finally show some appreciation for everything I've done.
Eyes ahead! Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Wilson, find us...
Oh, God. They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh, God. I'm hit! They shot me!
Physical reconstruction of subject is complete, but we still need to evaluate all mental and neurological functions. Our orders were clear. Make Commander Shepard who he was before the explosion. The same mind, the same morals, the same personality. If we alter his identity in any way, if he's somehow not the man he used to be, the Lazarus Project will have failed. I refuse to let that happen.
Shepard! Down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station on the... Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now, huh? I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe, then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Then why did you wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor. But that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few...
I'm gonna overload the canisters to clear a path to the shuttles.
Know when to quit!
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Okay, we took him down. But this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
Actually, I did hear of them. As I said, they did all sorts of crazy, inhumane experiments in Mass Effect 1.
I think I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren. Some kind of pro-human splinter group, right?
Well, that's what the Alliance wants people to believe. But there's more to it. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now, we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the Illusive Man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Illusive Man? Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah. That's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
I don't care what they did or what you say. I'm not working with terrorists.
You can tell it to the boss. But after we've saved our butts. We're almost at the shuttle.
Yeah, to be honest, the characterization of Cerberus is a bit retconned in itself, because in Mass Effect 1 it was said that they are specifically they were a part of Alliance military. They were a Black Ops unit, whereas here they seem to have a much more broader sort of range of operations. They are a group that isn't, was once upon a time linked to the Alliance, but it doesn't seem like they were just a Black Ops organization within the military. They seem to be a much more broader sort of societal movement, as it were.
We've been spotted. No shield.
Get over here!
On target!
Yeah, the hacking minigame is a bit different. In this, you basically have to... Oh, wait. That's not how you do it, in case you wanted. You don't click on it, you just highlight it to reveal it, and then you connect it.
Test subject has been recovered, but the damage is far worse than we initially feared. In addition to the expected burns and internal injuries from the explosion, subject has suffered significant cellular breakdown due to long-term exposure to vacuum and sub-zero temperatures. Despite the extent of the physical trauma, Wilson assures me subject is salvageable. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
If you say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the Illusive Man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the Illusive Man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life, Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The Illusive Man is waiting for you there.
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on. Before you meet with the Illusive Man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda, more tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The Illusive Man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Did you say 2 years? I've been gone that long?
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you were a colony kid. Lost your parents when slavers hit Mindwar. You enlisted and won a medal fighting Batarians during the Skillian Blitz. Do you remember that?
A lot of lives depended on me holding that position. I did what I had to.
However you want to put it, it was damn impressive. I had friends who were there. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
Well, I mainly left her behind because I don't like her, compared to Kaiden, but, you know, that's not the answer that would fly in the military.
I left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Saren. She died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the Illusive Man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
They didn't ask about...
The Illusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
About the person I put on the council. They used to ask that in the original version of Mass Effect 2?
I wouldn't keep the Illusive Man waiting. I wouldn't keep the Illusive Man waiting.
The Illusive Man is waiting for you in the other room. The Illusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
Do I have any fun casual outfits? I guess I'll just go with this. Although I kind of like the suit as well, but it's, you know, less suitable for a for an actual combat assignment. I'll go with, you know, the soldier's fatigues. This gives me a bonus on headshots, right? Weapon damage by 5, but the question is, does it always display? Can I make it so that it doesn't? I guess I can't. So you know what? I'll just not wear it. And I'll change the color slightly. Like I always make the armor blue. I kind of like it. Like blue and red. Or blue and white. Yeah, blue and white actually looks pretty well. Let's go and talk with the Illusive Man.
Commander Shepard.
Illusive Man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
A necessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
And what exactly is it that you and I know?
That our place in the universe is more fragile than we'd like to think. That one man, one very specific man, might be all that stands between humanity and the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe. You and I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and the Geth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
You could have trained an entire army for what you spent to bring me back.
You're unique, not just in ability or what you've experienced, but in what you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear, but you killed one. They have to respect that.
If this is a threat against humanity, you need to mobilize the Alliance.
They suffered substantial losses fighting Sovereign. They're rebuilding, still stretched too thin to waste resources verifying the Reaper threat. Blaming the abductions on mercs and pirates is easier and more convenient.
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists have vanished. I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting. Nobody's paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention when you killed one of them.
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why are you involved?
We're committed to the advancement and preservation of humanity. If the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
If what you say is true, if the Reapers are behind this, I'd consider helping you.
I'd be disappointed if you accepted any of this without seeing for yourself. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Miranda killed Wilson in cold blood. Jacob's just a gun for hire. You expect me to trust them?
Wilson was one of my best agents, but he was a traitor. Miranda did exactly what I expected of her, and she saved your life in more ways than one. Jacob's a soldier, one of the best. He's never fully trusted me, but he's always been honest about it. You'll be just fine with them. For now.
Is this a volunteer job, or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Okay, apparently I leveled up. Actually, I'll wait for 4 points.
The Illusive Man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
For someone who spent 2 years putting me back together, you don't seem real fond of me.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
I was trying to get to know you as a human being.
I'm not looking for a friend, Shepard. Stay focused on the mission.
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
No, the Illusive Man recognized my potential and recruited me at a young age.
How old were you?
Old enough to know this is what I wanted.
I'd like to know more about the Lazarus Project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The Illusive Man was. If I was running the show, would have done a few things differently.
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip. But the Illusive Man wouldn't allow it. He was afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
Can't say I like the idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The Illusive Man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones. Average in almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
It's obvious you're not interested in talking.
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
Yeah, I don't like how Mass Effect 2 railroads you really hard into working with Cerberus. I think to a degree it's actually contrived. At a certain point you could reasonably just turn your back on them, but the game doesn't really let you. And you know, you keep using their resources, their intel, which makes sort of everything you do tacitly connected to them. Like, it's, I see that, and as certain characters actually do bring it up, that I see this as a, you know, as an implicit endorsement. If you don't cut ties with them, if you continue working with them, even if you're saying it's for the greater good of those colonies that are being attacked, it's kind of, to a degree, a silent sign of approval of what they are doing. And obviously they are insane and also, like, cruel. When she said she believes in what Cerberus stands for, that's kind of deranged, because they stand for nothing but unadulterated power for humanity, and for a very small subset of humanity that specifically supports them and their views. Like, they had no problems experimenting on other humans back in Mass Effect 1, so, you know.
I'm glad the Illusive Man convinced you to join us, Commander.
I just agreed to work with him. I still don't trust him.
Do you trust me, Commander?
I haven't made up my mind about you yet.
At least you're giving me a chance. Most Alliance soldiers hate Cerberus on principle.
Yeah, and they should. Like, what you learn about them in Mass Effect 1, it's not the way they've been characterized in Mass Effect 1. It's not that they are simply a, you know, human supremacist group. That's what the Terra Firma party is. They are specifically insane war criminals that you know, break human laws like 8 times before I mean, not human laws, but you know, disregard human rights like 8 times before breakfast by committing illegal medical experiments. So, to be honest, I'm not surprised that someone would hate them on principle. I kind of hate them on principle. That's why it annoys me so much that you're forced to work with them.
Why did you join Cerberus?
I guess I just got tired of never making a difference. So much of what we did in the Alliance seemed pointless. I thought things would change after the attack on the Citadel. Humanity was finally invited to join the Council, but nothing changed. Politics, bureaucracy, same bullshit, different leaders. Cerberus is different. When colonies go missing, we don't commission a team to write a report to figure out what the hell to do about it. We just go and find out.
You said you served in the Alliance?
5 years in total. Stationed all over the galaxy. Even spent a couple of years as a Corsair.
I've never heard of the Corsairs.
It was an Alliance initiative. They hired independent starship captains and used them for missions that fell outside official Alliance jurisdiction. Technically, we weren't part of the Alliance. If we ever got caught, they could disavow any knowledge of us. We were supposed to be free from restrictions and rules, but there was still enough red tape to sink a cruiser. I finally just gave up.
Do you know anything about this colony we're going to?
It's called Freedom's Progress. Don't know much else. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
That's all for now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!